We are back on the set of RSN Live in North Conway, live tonight until 8 p.m. I'm joined by some special guests right now in studio. We've got Ed Chappee and Kevin Clarke. Thanks for joining me. We're going to talk about a special benefit that's coming up to help support a very important operation for your brother, Doug. Let's talk about, thank you for joining me, first of all. Let's talk about Doug and what he's going through right now.
Well, Doug was diagnosed with a disease called pulmonary fibrosis approximately 18 months ago. And at that time, the doctors told him that he had 2 to 3 years to live without getting a double lung transplant. He's been through a lot of tests and a lot of different things, and they finally put him on the active transplant list. So he is awaiting a set of lungs at this point. And it's the disease itself has to do with the lungs not transferring oxygen into the bloodstream. Doug was a non-smoker, and they can't say if this is a genetic thing or if what triggers it, but there's a million different things that could.
Right.
So,
and with obviously he's dealing with the physical aspect of having this disease, but when you get something like this and you find out there are so many other aspects that people usually don't think about, how it affects your life, how it affects your ability to work, how it affects almost every aspect of your life.
Oh, especially when you can't breathe.
Right.
You can't take 10 steps and you run out of breath. He's on oxygen full time. He's on oxygen when he's in the house. He's on canisters when he's out of the house. He has to have oxygen 24 hours a day. It's a complete life shift. It's life-changing and terminal. It's a scary thing.
It's forced him to have to quit working. He's still managing the ice company and got some good folks up there to help him. Lou is taking over, but folks around the valley probably know Doug from the Valley Ice Company.
We were talking off air, and I do some volunteer work for the Jen's Friends Cancer Foundation. I help coordinate the Climb Against Cancer at Cranmore every fall, and for the last 2 years I've been on the phone with Doug. Didn't even really put 2 and 2 together, and he was always so kind as to supply all the ice for the event free of charge. He would have it delivered. He'd say, "What do you need?" I'd leave a message. He'd bring it over, no questions asked. And so I think it would be nice if the community gathered around to help support one of our fellow members who has been so supportive of us.
Well, they already have. They've jumped in right away. Steve Johnson up at the Moat did a beer dinner a couple weeks ago, sold out immediately, super well attended, and we're going on up to the Shovel Handle, May 7th, 6 to 11.
June 7th.
June 7th, excuse me.
It's already gone by.
Don Campbell, going to let us do it at the Shovel Handle. What a great classic place for the Valley to come together. Terry O'Brien, Red Parka, they're involved, of course. Wally Campbell.
Yeah, all the Valley Originals,
yep.
U.S. Foods.
Sure Fine, donating some food.
So there'll be food from the restaurants. There'll be bands.
Audio stand. Where else
we've got Ryan St. Ange, Carl Accazelli, Maddie Burkett, Dan Spofford, Simon Crawford Band, John Sardi. So there'll be some good music.
All-star cast of musicians. If anybody knows the music scene in the Valley, you've just listed pretty much all the top acts. And if you haven't been to the Shovel Handle Pub, this is a fantastic venue for an event like this.
Lolly's afraid it's not going to be big enough. She says, "Oh my God, there's people who are just responding like you can't believe to support Doug." It's so cool to see the Valley come together.
It's one of the biggest places in the Valley, but you're right, it may not be big enough, because one thing about this Valley, when one of our own is in need, this community comes together like nothing else. I haven't experienced a community as giving as this one. So
it'll be a nice time. It's $10 per person donation to get in. There'll be a silent auction. There'll be raffles. We've got donations for those things from all different places, including Jonathan Rivers has donated some tee times at Indian Mound Golf Course for the event.
We're still looking for donations.
We're still looking for donations if anybody wants to help out.
If someone wants to donate, whether it's a local business looking to kind of sponsor the event, or if it's just someone who wants to give to support the cause, how can they contact you?
The best way they can contact Doug and Lolly directly. The best number to get them at is in Bartlett, 374-6185. and that's again 374-6185. That's a good way to get the hold of them. I've got a number, another number here as well. And I think that's the. You might have stolen it from me, Kevin. No.
What's the you might have mentioned it before, but what's the status of your brother right now? He's on the waiting list.
On the waiting list for lungs. Yes, they just.
What's next? What comes up?
The phone rings.
Yep.
He has to be at Brigham and Women's 4 hours, and then they do the match. And if it's a match, they do the operation. And then you're in on that whole team. Is it 6 months?
6 months to a year.
To a year of 24/7 care.
Wow.
And most of that will be home. I don't know how long he'll have to stay in the hospital. But
do they give him any time frame of when he might expect that to happen, or is it just kind of the luck of the draw?
One phone call in 4 hours.
Wow.
And you go.
And obviously, there's nothing about this that sounds inexpensive, and not, obviously trying on the patients and trying on the emotions, and then you add the financial part of it, and it can be just overwhelming.
Well, Douglas is hooked up with a National Transplant Assistance Fund and their Northeast Lung Transplant Fund as well. And this is an organization that donations can be made to, and you can actually make a donation. If you can't make the benefit and you'd like to make a donation, you can go onto their website, which is ntafund.org, and if you type Douglas Chappee into the patient's name, and that's Douglas, and the last name is spelled C-H-A, P as in Peter, P as in Peter, E as in Edward, E as in Edward. And you type that in, it'll bring up a page that you can actually read about what's going on, and you can make a donation right online.
Wow.
If you'd like to do that. And the NTAF will pay a lot of the stuff that's not covered by the insurance company, whether that's transportation in and out of Boston, whether it's rooms or medications or things that aren't covered by the insurance.
That's certainly good news.
So it's a great fund. So that's the organizing body behind the fundraisers that are being done. And anybody wants to donate money, it is tax deductible, and they'll issue the certificates directly from NTAF.
That's fantastic.
So it's a nice organization.
All right. Anything else, guys? Thank you so much for getting the word out about this, and thank you for, obviously this is your brother, but thank you for helping a member of our community get through this.
Thank you. There'll be at the benefit. There'll be T-shirts for sale. There'll be all kinds of things going on.
Silent auction. We got a lot of great things to auction off. Raffles. Be a good time.
So one more number. If anybody has a hard time reaching them, they can always call me. Best number to get me at is 986-6712.
Okay.
That's 986-6712.
Okay, and there's that other number at the bottom of your screen.
Okay.
And if nothing else, make it a point to be at the Shovel Handle Pub one more time. When's the date?
June 7th.
June 7th, 6 to 11.
So coming up, and that's right at the base of Black Mountain in Jackson, New Hampshire. Did we miss anything?
I think we got it all covered. Big thanks to the Valley
Really
Originals.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And Terry and Wally and the whole
Everybody
crew
that's
coming
involved.
together for Doug.
Spread the word, and we'll see you at the Shovel Handle Pub. RSN Live continues after this.